I'm finally pulling my finger out and finishing the catch can setup that I started ages ago, and I was just umming and ahhing which way to run the lines, and I only did one, so I have to do this other one to this side rocker cover, and that is what I'm going to do today. Now, if you remember, I actually had a fitting welded here to run the catch can off, but because the dash 10 is so tall, it was hitting the fuel rail. So I capped that, and I'm going to run one here off the front of the rocker cover. And with my precise measuring, using one of the legs off the tripod that I hold this GoPro on, as it is pretty much exactly, it's actually a little bit bigger than a dash 10 line, to see if it's going to fit through here under the throttle body, which it does. And I can also use this to match up fittings to see which angles I need to run off the side of this catch can. So, great tool, guys. So off with this rocker cover, I'm going to take it to Project Performance so Troy can weld a dash 10 on for me. I'm going to have to repaint it again, and then hopefully I can get this line to work, and that'll be the catch can finish once and for all. So what I'm thinking is a 90 off here with the line under the throttle body out here, and this is like a 160 or whatever it is off here and around the back. But I'll probably pull this line off and sit it on here and see how the line goes, and there's a 90 on that end, so I'll pop that off and sit it here and see how that all lines up, because I don't want to buy fittings and they're the wrong angle and then I just got to go back and return them and swap them. It's very, very annoying. I just want the right angles first go, put it all together, and it's done. Alright, the plan was to film a bit at Project Performance because there's some really cool new cars there that weren't there last time I was there, but Troy dogged me on this Friday afternoon and went home early, so they're not even there, and I really need this fitting welded on so I can put the car back together this weekend. So we've had to go option 2, and I'm heading to Axantag so that they can weld this fitting on my rocker cover for me. Just my luck. How is it the two workshops that I know always stay back late at night are both goddamn closed? So I'm screwed for this weekend. They're the two people that I know that TIG aluminium, and they're both closed and finished for the weekend. So this is going to be a big rush as usual for next week's video to be out on Wednesday. Wish me luck. So here is what I have gone and gotten for the weekend to finish off the catch can stuff, and I'm also going to redo, if you remember from when we got this car running, this is off the brake booster to the back of the intake manifold that we just dodged up because we didn't have anything proper to put on it at the time, because it goes from this size on the booster to this size to the back of the intake manifold, so it's just a hose in a hose. So I thought I'll fix that properly. So to do that, we have the aeroflow thingy off the booster to dash 4, and because it needs to go to dash 6, we have this dash 4 to dash 6 adapter straight off this, and with our rubber braid. And I've also got two dash 10 150 degree fittings and another piece of dash 10 line. Lucky they had this as an offcut, so it was a freebie, which was perfect because this shit's expensive. And this is the other side catch can line. So unfortunately I can't finish it because I didn't get that fitting welded onto the rock cover, but we'll see what we can do in the meantime. Now, as usual, all this stuff from RPM, so if you're in the western suburb, well, pretty much anywhere, you can order over the phone, online and all that stuff. So head down to RPM, speak to Mick or Frank, and they will sort you out with anything you need. Also, while I'm talking a bit of shit, I have another thing. Now, if you have me on any other forms of social media, you know that I absolutely love VL turbos, and I actually planned to get a VL turbo, but at the time couldn't afford them, and that is the reason I ended up with this thing in the first place, because it was sort of the next best thing. Something that I could afford at the time. Anyway, I've come full circle again. I really want to get a VL. Kind of hope this year at some point. So I thought, if I just start getting parts for a VL, then I have no choice but to buy one. So what I have here, massive thank you to Dom at Street Auto Garage, who I got the VN 5 litre hubcaps off. as I said previously, he actually does VL Turbo ones as well, so I got a set. And I went with silver with black writing because I think it's the most, or the one that'll suit pretty much any color car. I didn't want it, the MX grey ones do look the best, I reckon, but if you get it, I don't know what color car I'm gonna get, so it might not suit, and I didn't want to get the red writing because it might not suit. So these are the most sort of generic ones that will sort of suit any color, so that's a slight indication of what I'm hoping will happen this year if I can get a VL. That would be amazing. Alright, so I pulled this intermediate shaft out. What an absolute pain. Now I have to say, one thing in the comments that always makes me laugh is people always say, you know, you're so patient with the car, like I love the way you do things, you know, really taking your time. That is the power of editing these videos. I am very, very impatient. The opposite of what everyone thinks I am. Getting this out, oof, I yell, swear, throw tools, but I just don't show any of that because, well, obviously I'm not gonna show any of that. So getting this out involved a lot of swearing and a lot of throwing tools and getting angry. So everyone thinks I'm patient, but I'm definitely not. I'm just like everyone else. Everything shits here trying to get things out. It's always the car's fault, etc., etc. But this is out, and here is our problem. So as you can see, these locating tabs should be that way and slotted into there. So what this is doing is when there's no power steering on, this is just swiveling inside this. What I've got to do is try and get this out, align it properly, get it back in. Now someone suggested doing a couple of tacks here, so I might do that as well while it's all out. Clean it, put it back in, and that should solve our steering issue. And now that I've looked at something else that someone suggested in the comments, that the contact of the steering wheel is probably what's causing the indicators not to switch off and the horn not to work, because it hits these little brass things that are sort of behind the steering wheel, which if I push the steering wheel in hard, it works again. So what this has done, because it's not slotted in properly, has pushed the steering wheel out a little bit, therefore breaking the contact for the horn and the return for the wiper, for the indicators. So hopefully this is going to solve all my issues in one go, but I don't have a vise or a welder, so it's going to have to wait till Monday. So again, this is going to be a massive rush to get this video out for Wednesday. I'm going to be honest, it might even be Thursday by the time you guys see this, just because I'm doing something Monday straight after work most of the night, and if I do this all Tuesday and try edit it Tuesday, I'm just gonna be doing this shit all night. So it could be late Wednesday or Thursday, we'll see how we go. And this is what it's supposed to look like, located and all the way in. Now I thought I was gonna have to wait till Monday to do this in a vise, but with a shitload of silicone spray, a big hammer and a flat head, and these big feet, I managed to get it back in. This actually can't slide back out, so I'm not going to bother tacking it. I'm just going to jam this back in right now because, again, I'm impatient. I just want it back in and back on the ground as normal. I am very, very lucky. It is Saturday afternoon and Troy has headed into work to work on his own car. So I'm going to quickly head down there so I can weld this dash 10 onto my rock cover, and I can put the car back together this weekend instead of waiting till next week. And always take drinks because this shit's like currency in the western suburbs of Melbourne. What are your refreshments?
Fucking Jack D.
That's funny. Throw my whole vision off of this shop.
What are you doing, bro?
This is fabrication at its finest. Now, of course, while I'm here, I'm going to check out some cars. One car in particular. Holy moly. Wow. So Bellina turbo. This is absolute perfection to me. And one really cool thing, it's got Kirkies, but they're done in the Bellina trim. How good does that look? Full cage, parachute mounts, everything. Now if you remember from my last video, the green VL with the welds on it, it's the same owner. So he definitely loves VLs. Like, Jesus Christ, man, look at this car. Absolute VL perfection. I'll show you under the bonnet. Holy moly. Fucking hell, man. This is spot on. Fuck, man. This is like VL perfection. Anyway, to the owner, you know who you are. Absolutely mint, love it so much. Please take me for a drive when it's done. Another car I'm super interested in here. It's not very often you see these. Pulsar GDIR. Hopefully you can hear me over the music. So factory SR20 turbo all-wheel drive. Wow, wait. You've actually done a shitload since I was here last.
Yeah, for sure. That one night with Daniel, fuck.
That was only last week.
Was it? Feels like an eternity.
There's a lot going on in here. Anyway, let's go. So we have our new fitting welded on here.
Yeah.
And I have a helper today.
Yeah.
Yeah? Nice shoes. So new fitting welded on. I'm going to quickly paint this up and we can put all this back together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then and I can make the other end of the line, and catch can is all done. I did one end at Troy's, as you saw, because they have the nice
Yeah.
spanners that don't scratch anything. So as you can see, a 150 off here under the intake manifold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And out on this side, so we'll run another 150 off here,
Yeah.
and it will sort of be like that. Yeah? Yeah. So a quick Summonats top 10 paint job here in the backyard, and good as new again with the fitting now on the front. Now I can put all this back together. So the steering shaft is all back in, horn works, indicators work with it all back in its right spot. Steering's nice and tight and doesn't spin inside itself. So I'll jack this down, and that is that done. Also rocker cover back on, coils back on. I did this with the braided line with the fitting now off the booster to the back of the manifold, so that's not a dodgy hose in a hose anymore. I just need to tighten this dash 10. I have two spanners, two adjustable wrenches, but one doesn't go big enough for a dash 10, so I'm gonna have to bring one home from work, do up this last dash 10 fitting, and that is it. Pretty much engine bay is done after that, and I can take it for another drive and see if this steering is actually all fixed. Alright, the steering wheel is still crooked, but I'm assuming this rack hasn't been centered the whole time. So now that I pulled everything apart, started again, centered the wheels, centered the rack, lock to lock, etc, etc. So I'm going to take the steering wheel off and move it center, and it should be in the middle. So it's got the same turns left to right. And the horn works. And the first corner, the indicators turn back off by themselves, so everything is working back as it should. And sorry, I won't rest my foot on the brake pedal because a lot of people were complaining about trying to nitpick every little thing in videos, but that's YouTube. So I'm super happy that is all fixed. Steering wheel feels perfect. Now that everything is located back where it should. So I'll just show you that these indicators work. Do a lap around the roundabout here. There you go, it turns off by itself. Woohoo! Thank God. Petrol because this thing's running low, but oh my God, the price of petrol at the moment makes me not want to drive any cars at all. Anyway guys, see you in next week's video. I think this one was a bit short, so sorry. And I fly out to South America in 2 days, so no car stuff for a while, sorry guys, but you will see some travel stuff anyway, so I just want to keep the videos going. So I will see you guys next week.